Hello again, the cops. Welcome back. Liverpool's January transfer window has been strangely quiet, and that silence is getting louder with every passing day. As the deadline creeps closer, there is a growing feeling around Anfield that something is missing. This is a club that lifted the Premier League title in the 2024-25 season, a team built on intensity, depth, and relentless pressure. Yet this season has been far more uneven, and many fans are starting to ask the same question. Do Liverpool have enough firepower to get back on track? Arne Slot has walked into a challenging situation. Injuries have disrupted rhythm. Confidence has dipped at key moments, and the squad suddenly looks thinner than expected. The biggest blow has been the injury to Alexander Isak. His broken leg has left Liverpool short in attack at the worst possible time. Hugo Ekitike is talented, no doubt about it, but he is still adapting to the Premier League, its speed, its physicality, and its unforgiving nature. Expecting him to carry the load alone is a big risk. For weeks, Liverpool have appeared calm. No panic buys, no rush decisions, just patience. But sometimes, the market creates opportunities you simply cannot ignore. And this week, Fabrizio Romano dropped a piece of information that may have changed everything. According to Romano, Jean-Philippe Mateta has told Crystal Palace that he wants to leave this month. Not in the summer. Not later. Now. Talks have already taken place involving clubs like Juventus and Aston Villa, and Mateta has made his stance very clear. He is ready for a new challenge. Here is where it gets interesting for Liverpool. Mateta has 18 months left on his Palace contract, so the club is not under extreme pressure to sell. But an unhappy player is always a risk. Dressing room harmony matters. Focus matters. And when a player's head is already elsewhere, clubs often start listening more closely to offers. Romano also confirmed something crucial. Mateta does not want to move to the Saudi Pro League. He wants to stay at the highest level, either in the Premier League or Serie A. That single detail opens the door wide for Liverpool. Anfield fits exactly the kind of competitive environment Mateta is looking for, and the timing of his request adds urgency to the situation. Liverpool may not have gone into January planning to sign a striker, but circumstances change. Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes are known for being patient, but they are also ruthless when the conditions are right. They prefer players who push for moves themselves because it weakens the selling club's position and creates better value. Mateta's situation fits that strategy perfectly. Crystal Palace now have to decide whether to cash in while interest is high or risk the situation dragging on. With clubs from England and Italy watching closely, Liverpool would not be walking into a one-horse race, but they would be stepping into a market opportunity. From a football perspective, the logic is simple. Liverpool are one more attacking injury away from a real problem. Isak is likely out for the rest of the season and could even miss the start of the next one. That leaves very little margin for error. Bringing in an experienced Premier League striker would not be panic, it would be protection. Mateta brings qualities Liverpool do not currently have in abundance. He is strong, physical, and dominant in the air. He can hold the ball up, bring others into play, and give defenders a nightmare on set pieces. He has already scored 10 goals this season, proving he can deliver consistently. In tight games, when space is limited and patience is tested, that profile can be priceless. There is also the internal competition factor. Ekitike would not be pushed aside, but challenged. Healthy competition sharpens players, and having two very different striker profiles would give Arne Slot more tactical flexibility. Sometimes you need speed and movement. Other times you need power and presence. Mateta offers that alternative. At 28 years old, Mateta is not a long-term project, and that is not a problem. This does not need to be a forever signing. It can be a smart, short-term solution. If he performs, Liverpool benefit immediately. If he exceeds expectations, there is room to extend or even sell later. That kind of low-risk, high-reward deal is exactly how Liverpool have operated at their best. With the window closing fast and Fabrizio Romano confirming Mateta's desire to leave, this feels like the kind of situation Liverpool's hierarchy usually takes seriously. Nothing is guaranteed, and there is no confirmation that a move will happen. But the door is open, the timing makes sense, and the need is becoming clearer by the day. Whether Liverpool decide to act or not, one thing is certain. This January window may have been quiet so far, but opportunities like this do not wait forever. And if Liverpool want to protect their season and give Arne Slot the tools he needs, this could be the moment to move. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello again, the cops. Welcome back. Liverpool fans, this is one story that should really get your attention because it could shape the future of the Reds midfield for many years to come. Liverpool have been handed a massive boost in their chase for one of England's brightest young talents, Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton, a player rated at around £60 million and already being talked about as a future leader in midfield. As the season moves closer to its final months, it's clear that Liverpool are entering a very important period. Arne Slot is still settling into life at Anfield. Injuries have tested the squad, and the club's recruitment plans for the summer are quietly taking shape behind the scenes. While the midfield already looks strong on paper, Liverpool know that to compete at the very top, especially in the Premier League and Champions League, constant evolution is required. Adam Wharton is one of those players who fits perfectly into Liverpool's long-term vision. At just 21 years old, he already plays the game with a calmness and intelligence that you usually see in much older players. According to the latest transfer update, Crystal Palace have now accepted that Wharton is likely to leave the club this summer. That alone is huge news. When a selling club accepts reality, it often means negotiations can move faster and smoother. Liverpool are said to be firmly in the race. Reports suggest the Reds have been closely monitoring Wharton for some time, keeping detailed tabs on his performances and development. They are not alone, though. Newcastle United and Aston Villa are also interested, both clubs pushing hard to establish themselves as regular Champions League contenders. Still, Liverpool's history, project, and pull could give them a big advantage. So why is Adam Wharton so special? And why should Liverpool fans be excited? First, let's talk about his style of play. Wharton is not a flashy midfielder who relies on tricks or highlight reel moments. Instead, he controls games quietly. He keeps the ball moving, picks smart passes, and always seems to be in the right position. He understands space, tempo, and when to slow the game down or speed it up. These are qualities that Liverpool value highly, especially in a system that demands intelligence and discipline. Former Crystal Palace teammate Ebereki Ease once described Wharton as a joy to play with, and that says a lot. Ease spoke about Wharton's maturity, calmness, and wisdom, even off the pitch. For someone so young, he communicates like an experienced professional. That mental strength is just as important as technical ability, especially at a club like Liverpool where pressure is constant. Defensively, Wharton is far from weak. This season, he has averaged around 2.5 tackles per game in the Premier League, showing that he is willing to do the dirty work. He tracks back, presses intelligently, and reads danger well. In modern football, midfielders must defend as much as they attack, and Wharton clearly understands that balance. For Liverpool, he could be a perfect long-term option. While players like Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai bring energy and attacking power, Wharton offers control and stability. He could grow into a key figure who dictates games from deep midfield, much like the role Liverpool have relied on in the past. Importantly, his age means he still has room to develop and adapt to the demands of Anfield. Of course, there are risks. Wharton has had some injury issues, and Liverpool would need to manage his fitness carefully. But if handled correctly, this could be a signing that pays off massively over time. A £60 million fee may sound high, but in today's market, investing in a proven Premier League midfielder with England experience at just 21 years old could be smart business. As the summer transfer window approaches, expect this story to develop quickly. Liverpool's interest is real, Palace are prepared for his exit, and competition is rising. Whether the Reds decide to push hard or look elsewhere remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Adam Wharton is a name every Liverpool fan should remember. This could be one of those signings that doesn't just improve the squad, but defines the next era of Liverpool's midfield. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything. Hello again, the cops. Welcome back. Liverpool are standing at a very important crossroads right now, and the next few months could decide how this season, and even the future, will be remembered. The Reds have managed to reach the Champions League playoff stages, which is good news. But let's be honest, everything still feels very fragile. Liverpool are fighting to stay in the top four. Arne Slot is under serious pressure, and injuries are testing the squad to its absolute limit. Nowhere is this problem bigger than in defense. At the moment, Liverpool only have 3 recognized senior center backs: Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Joe Gomez. That's it. For a club competing on multiple fronts, that situation is risky, and everyone at Anfield knows it. One more injury, one suspension, and the whole back line could be in trouble. This is why missing out on Mark Guéhi hurts so much. The former Crystal Palace captain was once seen as a perfect solution for Liverpool. In fact, he was very close to joining the Reds before deadline day drama killed the move. The plan was simple: wait patiently, let his contract run down, and sign him for free this summer. But football rarely goes exactly to plan. Manchester City's defensive injury crisis forced them to move fast, and they snapped up Guéhi for a reported £20 million. While that fee sounds cheap, reports suggest massive agent fees and a huge £300,000 per week contract were also part of the deal. Liverpool walked away, and City stepped in. So where does that leave the Reds? Well, attention has now turned to another Premier League defender, and this one is turning heads. Liverpool are said to be developing a strong interest in Tottenham Hotspur's Mickey van de Venerable. The Dutch defender has impressed with his pace, strength, and calmness on the ball, and he fits the profile Liverpool are looking for. What makes this situation even more interesting is that Van de Ven has reportedly resisted talks over a new contract at Spurs. By the end of the season, he will still have 3 years left on his deal, but Tottenham may soon have a big decision to make. Do they cash in now, or risk losing control of the situation later? From Liverpool's point of view, this is an opportunity they are watching very closely. At the same time, there is a lot of uncertainty around Liverpool's own defenders. Virgil van Dijk is out of contract next summer. Joe Gomez could push for a move to get regular game time, and Konate's long-term future is still not fully clear. Young talent Giovanni Leone is highly rated, but his progress has been stopped by a serious knee injury suffered earlier this season. So yes, defensive reinforcements are no longer a luxury, they are a necessity. But defense is not the only area where Liverpool could see movement. Let's talk about Kostas Tsimikas. The Greek left-back is currently on loan at Roma, but things have not gone as planned for him in Italy. His minutes have been limited, and now reports suggest that Roma would be willing to end his loan early if they find a replacement. Back in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest are keeping a close eye on the situation. They are looking at Tsimikas as a possible option at left-back, especially with uncertainty surrounding their current choices. For Liverpool, this could open the door to a permanent move or at least help reshape the squad ahead of the summer. And finally, let's move into midfield, because Liverpool are not done there either. The Reds are once again being linked with Brazilian midfielder Andre, currently playing for Wolves. This is not a new name for Liverpool fans. The club followed him closely during his time at Fluminense, but Wolves won the race to sign him. Now, things could change quickly. Wolves are fighting relegation, and if they drop into the championship, they may be forced to sell key players. Andre is one of their most valuable assets, and clubs across Europe are monitoring his situation. Teams from Italy, France, Turkey, and England are all interested, but Liverpool are believed to be among those preparing to make a move. Wolves are said to want at least €30 million, around £26 million, to let him go. So when you look at the full picture, it's clear that Liverpool are planning something big. Defensive reinforcements, possible exits, midfield upgrades, everything is on the table. Arne Slot knows he needs results now, but the club also has one eye firmly on the future. The next transfer window could define the next era at Anfield. One thing is certain, Liverpool are not standing still. Changes are coming, decisions must be made, and the pressure is rising by the day. Strap yourselves in, because this story is far from over. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss anything.